welcome to week 3 of July 2024's Coffee and Card. My name's Linda. I'm from lindaspapercraft.co.uk and I've forgotten to get my Mossy Meadow ink out. Right, and this week we're doing a fun fold. I think they call it a joy fold. And we're mixing Mossy Meadow and Night of Navy, which are both nice neutral colours, so you could change them up if you wanted. And we're using the Adventurous Sky, and we're using, to make our background here, we're using this stamp and some of the clouds, which I've not got out yet, so I'll do that now. Okay, so I'll just get the 3 clouds. 1, 2, 3, and the background stamp. Really not sure what to call that. Okay, and so we'll pop that away out of the way. Let's get some blocks. So thinking that's probably going to need to go on a D block. There we go. I am actually going to put it on this one. Let's just see. Yeah, just a bit more stable. I think it's an I. No, it's an H. There we go. Put that one on there. Comes that, and then 2 little blocks for my clouds. So put that one on there, and this one on here. And let's start with the background. So I'm going to be doing this first, but let's put these to one side. So because the basic kit for this was just the stamp set. You could upgrade to the dies if you wanted, but not everybody did. So for the stamped aeroplanes, you have to fussy cut, but for this, because I'm allowed to sell die cuts, I've actually cut the plane out for you. For those of you who've got the dies, these are the 3 dies you need to make your plane. Okay, so pop those to one side, because I think I've already cut mine out. You never know. Right, okay, so in your kits you have your Stampin' Up envelope. So we have a piece of the Take to the Sky designer series paper, and that is 10 centimeters by 14.4. This piece is 5 centimeters by 14.4. You have, if you've just ordered with the stamps, you've got some die cuts of the plane. If you've ordered all of it, then you will have pieces of paper to do that with. 2 pieces of Smoky Slate. They are 12 by 7.5. Now, don't worry if you don't catch these measurements, because I will write them in the description below. This is 11.5 by 7, so 2 pieces of basic white. And then I've sent you this. So I've sent you, this is from Perennial Postage Dies. So you've got a little postage stamp, and the outside, I'll show you why I've sent you that. Because unless you've got the dies, you can't stamp and then die cut, because it's quite a tight fit. Okay, and then we've got a piece of Smoky Slate, which is 16 centimeters by 14.85, scored at 10.5. So that gives you your fun fold card base. Right, so get one of these for your background for a start. We're going to do the clouds and the ground. Okay, so I'm going to start with the clouds first. I'm going to do a couple of the really big ones. Okay, so, and I'm going to start a bit further down this time, and I'm going off the paper, and I am just doing them random. I know not everybody likes random, but I'm doing them random, sorry. Okay, and so I started with the biggest one. I'm now going to come in with the next size down, and I'm going to pop some around. Oops, did a bit of a double touch there. Okay. Now Now obviously because both these colours are very neutral, any blue or green would work. Which is why I like working with the neutral colours, which as I say is what we're attempting to do this time. And now I'm going to come in with the ground. Now my Mossy Meadow ink pad, I've got a horrible feeling it needs re-inking. You know, when you think, oh, I need to re-ink that, and then you just put it away and forget. And I think I put it away and forgot. Let's give it a go. Right, so it might be slightly paler on this one. The other thing, if your ink pad does need re-inking, then often there's more ink on the edges, because we do tend to ink around the sides. Ink the middle rather than, or use the middle rather than the sides. And with this one, because I've been patting it around, I am just going to do that edge, because I really don't want a halo. Okay. So, and this time I'm not going to do it quite as flat as I did the other one. Yeah, it does need a re-ink. Leave it out this time to remember. Just going to put that one there. It's busy out there today. Lots of cars. There we go. Okay. So I did less of a horizon this time, whereas last time I did it much straighter. Okay, I am going to put that there so I remember to re-ink it. Okay, and then our attention goes to our sentiment. So what I've done for this only works if you have a stamping platform. Okay, so I have several stamping platforms, and because it's a rubber stamp, I'm going to take out the extra sponge, so it doesn't need it, and I'm going to pop the magnets down, and then I'm just going to stamp randomly. So you see I was using this for last month's class as well, last month's coffee and card. So I'm just randomly putting on, flying by to say hi, picking up, inking with my Night of Navy, and stamping it onto a sheet of scrap paper. It's actually a print off of an order. Just put that to one side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the negative of the die and position that over the stamped image with a nice regular area around. Okay, I'm going to start that, and then I'm going to pop this in there. So I'm actually going to pop the actual cutout, the label, back in place, re-ink my stamp, and just stamp it, and it will be perfect on. There we go, flying by to say hi. How cool is that? So that just saves messing about, trying to get in the middle. See, should have done that on the other one as well, shouldn't I? On last week's. Right, and there we are, flying by to say hi. So don't need that anymore. Right, so let's pop this card together. So there is a way to make these cards, and I always work from the back to the front. So first of all, I'm going to put the designer series paper in. So that goes in place here with a nice even border like that. Then I'm going to take one piece of the grey and the unstamped piece of the white, and I'm going to glue those together, and then I'm going to glue it to the card in the middle of the back. Just lining that up. Whoops. this is going. So this will be where you write, and you can always stamp something on here if you want before you glue it all together. Let's be a bit further up. So I'm sticking that in the middle there. So I've just noticed big sin. One does not leave one's stamps open, stamping pads open. So now I'm going to do this piece here. So, oh, there's a bit of a boat here. It's going to be a bit complicated trying to work out which way up you want to be, because you've just got a little bit of a map, but I don't think, unless you're sending it to some amazing map freak, then you should be okay whichever way you do it. Though I do admit I do like a good map. We have several on the wall in the dining room. Okay, so that slides into place on there. Okay, and then I'm going to glue these two pieces together, keeping hold of my aeroplane. Just there, and then there is a technique to this, because obviously you do not want glue all on the back of there, because you're just going to glue the card shut. So what I actually do is I don't need to on this one. Normally what I would do is I'd put that over the middle, but on this one, because I've already got a marker here, I know I need glue from here to here. So I've just put glue between those two marks, and I need glue on this side. So put my finger, I need glue on here. Okay. So, and then what I can do, holding this closed, I line it up with the piece underneath, because you want to cover that up. And there you go. And you shouldn't have any glue here at all. Okay, so if you miss that, do rewind and have another look, because that just makes making these joyfuls so much quicker and so much easier. Right, so now we're just going to take out the remaining bits. I did have to cut out quite a few of these, so I must admit I haven't gone through them all and taken out all the extra bits. Okay, and don't throw away your propeller. You may have two propellers, because it cuts out two at once. So somewhere in here we have silicone craft sheet, which I use when I'm gluing tiny bits together. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, so this bit and these bits are definitely glued onto the plane, and so I'll show you what I do. So the tail bit here, glue, glue, glue. So this tail goes on the blue, and this bit here definitely goes over blue, and then I've just put, she says if she can get it to come out, a couple of little dots on these struts just to glue it together. Oh, and the tyres go as well. So let's just do a few dots. Sorry, I'm disappearing off screen here. A few little dots on the tyres. Oops, that was a big one. Right, and then with my trusty tweezers, pick that up and swap it over. And then we're lining up at the front and at the tail. Okay, so if you line up at the front and the tail, you're there. And if you, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's all the little details, the extra details that the die cutting has added. Really fabulous. And there we go. So that's all nicely stuck together. And then I'm just going to add the propeller. So, which is here, and that, just if you look, it actually fits on like that. Okay, so I'm going to pop a blob of glue just on the nose there, and then I am going to position that so it all matches up like that. There we go. So we have one completed aeroplane from just 3 little die pieces. I think they're really good at this, Stampin' Up, they really are. So I think most of you have actually gone for the dies. There's 1 or 2 of you who haven't, but most of you have. So we're going to have our aeroplane, and we're going to have our sentiment down here. And they're both on dimensional. So let's get some little ones and some big ones. Again, as I said last week, they're both the same thickness, the small ones. The only one that you do have to remember that they do catch us out on is the adhesive strips are slightly thicker. So they don't work together with these, unless you want things at different heights, obviously. Right, so flying by to say hi. And then I'm just going to put a row of dimensionals. In fact, I might just put dimensionals on the body and not bother with any little ones. Or I might sneak some on the wheels. So, because we've made the plane out of card, not designer series paper, it is a little bit more robust. They just fit perfect, don't they? Okay, like it was designed, which it probably was. There we go. Okay, so that's just the finishing touch to this card. And I've got it flying away. So really pleased with how that one's turned out. Promise I'll go and re-ink my Mossy Meadow ink. So take care. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I shall see you all next week. Bye.